All right, into our lower body progression exercises. So we just went over the core, now we're gonna go into our legs. Big muscles here, so we always wanna start with these guys. Same with the core, you always wanna start with those big tough ones. So the first one, we are talking about bridges. What muscle involves the bridges? Haha, glutes, baby. So that means you need to be able to contract those muscles as much as you can. So the first exercise, you want to set yourself up on the floor, and I'll show you many different variations for this. So you can either keep your feet on the floor like so, okay, so feet on, lifting up and down, keeping your body nice in line here with your thighs and your hips and your knees. You can add a small ball to keep a little bit more control and to engage the inner thighs. You just want to make sure your feet are about a fist away from each other, closer than your knees, okay? So add that little squeeze, and same thing, lifting up and down. You can also add like a barbell or some dumbbells on your hips to add a little bit more resistance here, if you really like the bridge. Now, some people don't like the bridge, and that's okay. One more little oomph if you want. I highly recommend lifting your feet up, no matter what. Just always put them up. I prefer not to go off the ground, but that's just because my knees feel different when I do it. When you lift them up off the ground on a step or a stool or a chair, you're giving your hips more room to lift up and engage those glutes, engage your hamstrings a little bit more. So exhale up, inhale back down. Exhale and inhale, okay? You'll feel that instantly. Another version that you can do, you can put your feet up onto a stability ball if you really want to work on stability and working those hamstrings. So feet right on the top, stabilize yourself with your arms on your side and come back down. You'll feel a little bit wobbly at first, but as you get going, your muscles will have to work really hard to keep you stable, okay? And that's what we're looking for, to work those core too. All right, so that's your first one. As you get really good at that, you're gonna get progressing up to a standing position, and you're gonna work on squatting. So you'll want some dumbbells. Usually I say don't start with dumbbells until you try out the exercise, but because this is just progressing you the way I would, this is where you should be either with dumbbells or not. I'll show you with. You're gonna reach down, sumo squat, see how wide my legs are? Squeeze your butt as you rise, okay? So if I were to go sideways, I have enough room because I'm in a wide stance. I have my toes pointed at an angle, butt's gonna go back, touch the dumbbells down, and squeeze up. If you're not flexible enough, get rid of one of your dumbbells and just let it hang the vertically way. Reach down and up. Check that back. I just watched myself do it, realized my back wasn't very straight, okay? So alignment is key. Now, you can also do, this is all working the glutes, right? So you always want to squeeze on your way up. Also get in a narrow stance, so shoulder width apart, going down and up into a suitcase squat. This one's a little harder because you have to be disciplined to keep your chest up, butt goes back. If you're inflexible in your ankles, this might be a little bit harder, but it's a good thing to practice, okay? Dumbbells just stay on your side. You think about that movement right there. If none of those exercises work for you, and you're like, I hate all of those, that's okay, I got one more for you. You're gonna get yourself on a wall and press against the wall with your back and sit into a wall sit, okay? When you're in a wall sit, I love to put a ball between my legs and hold the wall sit there. I can't show you right now because I don't have a wall, but that gives you the progression for that first glute exercise. Second up, lateral step-ups. This is really kind of working on our balance and ability to move and adjust our weight from side to side motion. So when you're first starting out, just going into a wide stance, balancing on one leg. Wide, bounce, wide, balance. You know what it's working here? That ankle down there. As you move, side to side. Now, if you get good at that, then you want to add a little bit more resistance by bringing yourself up onto a step. Foot up on the step, up and balance, okay? Down and up. You see I'm kind of going down into a squat, controlling all the way up and all the way down. When you get really good at that, you can add a little dumbbell, hold that at your chest. So then I would go here, rise up and down. You can also stay up here and just tap your toe down and up. That's another good way to activate that quad, okay? And then when you get even better, you add a different surface. So if you have a BOSU or if you have a balance pad, then you're here and going up, balancing back down into a squat, up and down, okay? Now you can also get rid of all equipment and just practice that full-on lateral squat. So you're stepping out to the side, adjusting that weight, and coming back up and squeezing those legs together as you come center. Down, squeeze, down, and squeeze, okay? And the last one, if you have little sliders or you have some towels that you can put on your hardwood floor, you can also do kind of the opposite. You're gonna let that heel hold you still in one spot. Let that outside leg go out, feel the stretch, and then squeeze it back together. I love these. It always seems to get the muscles that I can never get with squats and lateral step-ups that I usually do. So you're just going up, chest comes forward a little bit, just enough, and then squeeze it all in to get nice and tall. There you go, there's your lateral movement. All right, and then our last one is our calves. So working our little bitty muscles down here, really important for balance in all the things we do. So whether you're hiking or skiing or just walking, these are the muscles we cannot ignore. Even if you have big calves, you still have to use them and work them. So obviously calf raises, easy peasy one, get up on your toes, control this motion. Now, some people will be like, yeah, this is so easy, Ari, but you see how I'm boinging out that ankle? This ankle is a problem of mine, so I need to make sure that I am keeping my joint center of my foot, and I'm not going all the way up into full flexion here or extension of the toes. I'm actually just going to a point where I'm like, okay, I have control, and slowly come back down. I have that control, and slow down. Once you get really good at that, you go on one foot, same thing, up and down, and as much control as you want. This is really focusing on that one muscle, okay? If you want to progress from here, now you're adding a little bit faster movement. So if you want to go up and down a little bit faster, maybe stay on that toe and do like a little bouncing. That's also an option. But really, you can actually get into hopping on one foot. Okay, so getting here, hopping up and down. You can actually hop side to side, side to side. You can stay on one foot again and hop side to side, here and here, okay? Especially if you have like a surface that you can go on and off. You can go front to back, front to back. Those are all really good options for getting these muscles to work, but also working our little fast twitch movements in our foot. Great, like I said, for balance, and we need that. Just to make sure we have everything. That dynamic ladder is really good. So remembering those little tiny movements that we do in ladder drills. So something along the lines of in, out, out, in, out, out, in, out, out. Okay, or you're gonna do fast feet like this, right up on your toes, another really great exercise. And then like we kind of did before, in, out, and bounce, in, out, and bounce. Okay, so going back and forth, that's also a great option to practice. And then lastly, the last progression one that I would love for you to try and keep working on is if you, again, have a BOSU or if you have a disc like this, you can kind of balance on one foot, hold the balance, and get your kick action going. So whether you go down and up, kick, down, up, kick, or you hold it and try to kick as many times as you can without falling off, okay? And that's your next goal. But good work. Okay, so that's our legs. Get ready for arms.